Good evening, everyone. What's going on? Welcome one, welcome all, welcome everybody to a special FRR Cup Series All-Star Open Saturday Night Special. Good evening, everybody. I am Shady Acres, and in the booth tonight doing it is Saturday. Um, yeah, that is right. You are seeing it right on the screen. The notification that should have popped up on everybody's phone to let you guys know that FRR is racing tonight, and the broadcast is live. We are live as always. Excuse me. As we tonight is the All Star Open, and the All Star Open tonight, we are at Iowa. Tonight is at Iowa. So tonight's race, the being the All Star Open, originally the format was scheduled. Um, Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. 1 second. Be right back. All right, sorry about that, folks. Had a quick message I had to get to really fast. But anyway, like I was saying, we um tonight is the All Star Open, and we are at Iowa. And the format, this is kind of a different format. That's you know, it was originally kind of set up as it it was kind of set up originally. Give me 1 second, folks. Um, Give me 1 second. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, we're getting things a little squared away, a little cleared up. All right, welcoming into the booth right now is a good buddy of mine, good friend of mine, and one of these FRR Cup Series drivers, and that is the driver of the number 21 Wood Brothers Ford, and that is no other than Mini Golf. What's going on? I'm glad that you had some time and were able to jump up here with me. My usual partner in crime, B Nizzy. He's always got family requirements every Saturday night. That's why he always makes sure he always makes sure he takes does his family requirements on Saturday night so he can be up here in the booth with me every Sunday night to call your guys races. Yeah. Well, that's what I was just getting to. Golf is the format that I wanted to get to. Now these guys, I'm getting all the invites now as they're getting ready to go green here. So, yeah, they're getting ready to go green. They're now on the loading screen. Did you get any invites? I don't know if you did or not. All right, no worries. Let me get in. I'm gonna get into the screen here. I'm gonna get into the screen. I'm gonna send you um about three invites. That way you have three of them. So just in case something were to happen, you have a few of them to make sure that you can come back on in here. Make Yeah, we're gonna get right into that. Did you get the first one? Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure that you got the first one, so they're getting through, and you can go ahead and join on up. Yeah, you can go ahead and accept that now. They are loading in the screen now, and I'm gonna send you a couple more. That way you can just go ahead. That's why I always ask to make sure that you got the first one, to know, make sure it goes through before I send the next couple, so that way you have some in your back pocket just in case something were to happen and the power goes, flickers or something like that. Which happened to me a couple times actually. And yeah. All right, and there we go. At third time lucky. Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and log on in, as these guys are gonna be going green here by the time we get logged in, like on the norm. That's why I always I've always kind of lobbied for Pittman or for True Death, if you guys could do a field filler. I didn't.
I'm sorry. I just popped in here. I wanted to let you know that we can't hear me.
Okay, golf. You gotta go in. You gotta go into your thing for share. You gotta go into your. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second, folks. When you go up, you go into your part. When you go into the party, and then you see party audio settings, and then you see where it says allow your voice to be shared, and click that to make it say always allow. All right. All right, let me.
How's it going, Field?
Good, man. All right, I'm heading down.
Okay, go ahead and say testing 1 2 3.
Testing 1 2 3. You got me, Shady?
Just give me 1 second. Okay, now you're okay. Gotcha. Your voice is being heard now. All right. All right. Now we're golden. We're cooking with peanut oil now, guys. All right. Well, these guys are doing a pace lap, which is what, like I was saying as we took that quick little commercial break. I've always been kind of lobbying for you guys to do one quick pace lap, so I could always introduce you guys, because by the time I log in, you guys have already gone green and you guys have kicked stuff off here. So let's introduce.
Go ahead.
Let's introduce some of these guys in tonight's Saturday night All-Star Open special. As you see, we got Mucka in the number 2 car. There's no Mucka in that orange number 2. He's riding that orange paint scheme tonight. We're going to talk more about that Mucka and his return to FRR here in just a few minutes. Next up, THC in that number 7 car. There's THC in that red number 7. Then we've got Mac in the 17. Where's Mac in that 17? There's Mac in that blue 17. And that blue Ford there. That's one of another. I love that blue paint scheme that he's got on there. Swerve in the 43. I love that paint scheme. These guys are running good paint schemes tonight. Another one of my favorites. There's Swerve there in the number 43 Chevrolet. Hurricane Hall in his usual 25 Ally car. There you go. And then Hick Cross.
It looks like, hey, Shady, are they on pit road? Was there an early caution?
Looks like it. They are on pit road, and that's one thing we're going to talk about the cautions as well here in just a few seconds. Hick Ross in his number 18 Chevrolet Interstate batteries. He's running. Oh, so he's not running any candy tonight. He's running some electricity. Not running the camera. Look at that. He's gonna shock some people tonight. That's what he's going for. He's gonna shock. That's what he's doing. I'll tell you what. All right. Next up, Bad Martin in his number 19 Toyota. And in that Sirius XM number 19 Toyota. And then King G in the 41. There, King G. King G had a great run going last week. Did a great job. He had a great run at Darlington last week. It was impressive. I love seeing King G. He was running up there with the leaders in the top 5 for a good portion of the race last night. Swamp Trinity. There's Trinity in that number 48 Ally card. As you guys all know, we got the 2 Ally cars. We got Hurricane Hall and we got Trinity. And this time he's in the white Ally number 48. Racer Rick, last week's winner, in his number 34 that loves yellow and red 34. That's cool. That's one of the cooler paint schemes. How they have the number inverted with the loves from the quarter pounder back up into the front door. I kind of like how they switch that around, so that makes it kind of cool. And then True Death, the owner, president of FRR, True Death in his number 3 Chevrolet. There we go, True. Danny MD, the newest addition to FRR Cup. Another good friend of mine. There's Danny MD, driving one of my old machines in the number 96 when I first ever joined a league race with FTR, Full Throttle Racing, with Billy Holcomb guys over there at FTR. The very first car I ever rode was that number 96, and and Danny's a good friend of mine, so really glad to see him in that number 96 Toyota. And that's the field that we have for you tonight. So I guess didn't have about 30 guys tonight, so I was able to, not have to almost pass out from a little bit lightheadedness.
Well, you whipped right through him there, and looks like that number 2 is out front, my teammate Mucka.
He is. The Mucka's out there checking out real good here as we're riding on board now with Mucka here for a moment, and he's up in that number 2. He's fired out the gate right off the beginning of the race. He fired out the gate like out of a cannon almost. But now, if you look, past lap or 2, that 48.
Yeah, he's closing in there.
Yeah, he is closed in.
You got Swerve coming in the 43 as well.
Yep.
Well, like I said, pre-race, I mean, I was lucky enough to be in the top 10 in points to make it on to tomorrow, but these guys are extremely competitive. They're extremely fast. I mean, they're gonna put on a great show tonight.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to ask you, Golf.
I believe it's 3 spots they're fighting for tonight.
That's what I was going to ask you, Golf. What is the strategy? And as far as you just mentioned something about the top 10 in points are already locked in, kind of give the format. I think it's the top 10 or the top 12 in points are locked into the All-Star race tonight, and everyone else is in this race tonight racing for 3 spots. I think what they're going to do is they're going to go the top 2 finishers out of tonight, and then the guy who had the fastest lap. So well, there's originally it was set up kind of like the duels at Daytona with 2 25% races. But they have,
I think
they
originally they did that, and for some reason, kind of last minute tonight, they changed it to just one race. I don't know why that was. I wasn't on, but
right, they switched it at the last minute. I think because a couple of guys weren't able to make it tonight.
That could be.
I think that was the reason why. I'm trying to think.
They didn't want the field, to have two really small races. There was probably only enough just to have the one.
Right, because there's only a few guys that were missing tonight, but it was guys that was on each driver lineup for the race. So you're right. It would have been two really small fields. So they just decided to group everybody together, but. Yeah,
you see, early on in this race, we got pack separation at all. Looks like the top 7 have kind of broken away from that.
Right, and I'm kind of taking a look in here and looking at Danny MD battling with Hurricane Hall here for 4th spot. Danny MD able to take the position away. I'm not sure what happened there with Hurricane Hall. He's dropping way back. He lost the position, but then dropped way back.
I did see him get a little sideways.
But also there's a wild card in getting into the All-Star race tomorrow night, and that is also the fastest lap. Whoever has the fastest lap also is able to sneak to earn or win a spot tomorrow night in the All-Star race. So you have
that's correct.
You have the spots from where you finish, and the spot I believe for the fastest lap.
Yep, top 2 in the fastest lap. Looks like Mucka's dropped back a couple spots here. 48 is pulled out front.
Right, just going to get back to the front, and the swerve in that 43 makes a pass for a 2nd spot, as 48 of Trinity now in 1st and kind of separating a little bit. He's got a little bit of separation between he and good old Mr. Consistency himself, Swerve, there in a 43. I don't know if you've been watching. I'm sure you've been watching the broadcast after your race, golf, but
I watch your broadcasts all the time.
I've kind of my nickname for Swerve has been Mr. Consistency, because I mean, every time I look at the points, he's always there somewhere in the top 10, just running consistent or just getting consistent finishes. Whether guys have kind of maybe have had a question about how he's got the finishes here or there, but that's racing in itself. But at the end of the day, that's where he finished, and that's where he's at points, and it's consistent. So kind of just got to go with it.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
But Trinity out here looking really good, and
he is looking stout. He has really jumped out to a good lead.
Yeah, and at Iowa, what is this? Sorry about that. My brother came in. He had a quick question about something. Like I was saying, but this, being here in Iowa, this is actually one of my more favorite tracks. Just because it's a really racy track, and it's a driver's track.
Absolutely, it's one of my favorites too, Shady. I really like racing at Iowa, and of course our schedule don't usually allow for it. Luckily, with the North Wilkesboro All-Star race, we were able to pick a track off the series that we were able to run for our All-Star race this year. And I'm so glad they picked Iowa, because it is, like you said, a very racy racetrack.
And I'm glad it did too, because it'll also allow me to race at Iowa last night in the FRR trucks last night, and was able to get 2nd place behind surprise, surprise, Davey Allison. And Davey Allison.
Yeah.
I don't know if have you followed it all with the truck league for FRR.
No, I
but
didn't. I think he did fill in a couple times at the cup level. I think he might have raced a couple practices with us, maybe at Las Vegas or something. So I was on the track with him for a little bit, and yeah, he's got some speed. There was no doubt.
He's got a lot of speed. He filled in a couple times with Cup, at a couple of tracks, I think, for practice, more or less anything, just to have some fun and race, and race and practice with you guys. He actually races over at the only reason why that he wasn't in a consideration for the seat that opened up that Danny MD took with that 96 car was because he's in that FTR league, Billy Holcomb's FTR league in the B league, where he's actually won a championship a couple of seasons ago in that B league at FTR, wow. And they race every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. So it's at the same time that you guys are racing FRR Cups, as everybody knows, on Sunday nights at 8:45 here on this YouTube channel live, as everybody already knows. So y'all better be tuning in tomorrow night and every week after at 8:45. Tomorrow night we are going to have a pre-race report special. I'm going to have Mucka and True Death in the pre-race report tomorrow. So everybody, so everybody. I know the regular All-Star race, the real NASCAR All-Star race, I think, gets kicked off at about 8 o'clock. But when you're at home watching the real All-Star race at 8 o'clock, make sure that you turn it on this channel at 8:15 for the pre-race report, so you can watch the real race on your TV, and you can watch the pre-race report and the FRR All-Star race that'll get underway about 8:45, 9 o'clock, as usual, tomorrow night. But for that pre-race report, I will have Mucka and we got a car slowing down here. That is Mucka slowing. Yeah, I see we got someone
in the middle of the track. It looks like Mucka.
He's I think caution is out.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like it's going on. Which
Boy, the 48 was in his own zip code at that point. Holy moly! I really want to hand it over to Swamp there, because he he's got a fast hot rod tonight.
And he knows how to drive it. And like we were saying, man, this is definitely a driver's track. So I mean, you can have the fastest car and the best setup, but if you can't drive it, it doesn't matter what you have underneath you.
You're absolutely right. You know, in this track, it's a lot like kind of Bristol and Martinsville in a way, where it's really a rhythm track. You know, you really get a rhythm here to really start putting down some consistent laps. And when you start putting down consistent laps, you'll really start gaining on the guy in front of you or pulling away. It's all about consistency when you can get some long green flag runs in.
With the familiar design of Richmond, very close as far as the design that Richmond is. That was a caution, and you're right, or that could have been a stage. Let me check it out. We got into talking about so much stuff in it.
Was that the stage already?
Yes, that was stage one.
Okay.
That was the end of stage one. So we were talking.
Looks like so here much. Now I think they're going to invert the field.
Yes, they are going to invert the field. And so I'm gonna give.
Well, now I'm starting to wonder, Shady, was that strategy on the two's part?
Very, very, very likely. Very, very likely.
He was running out front, and then he faded back pretty quick, and you almost wonder maybe that was part of his strategy.
Very likely, because let's give here's the running order as far as the stage 1 finish. Obviously, Trinity cruised to the green white flag, the green white checkered flag, and then Danny MD in 2nd, Swerve in 3rd, Racer Rick in 4th, Hurricane Hall in 5th, Bad Martin in 6th, True Death in 7th, THC in 8th, King G in 9th, Hickross in 10th, and there's Mucka, like you said, they're in 11th place.
Yeah,
Hey,
and now
I came back. Can I interject and help you with the rule here?
Certainly,
Sure.
Mr. Field.
Yeah, so mini golf, maybe you didn't know it, but what's happening during these races is at the end of every stage, the field inverts again.
Okay.
And the person lowest in points starts at the pole.
Oh,
The
gotcha.
person highest in
Okay.
points starts in the back, and that's how the field.
Right.
After every
Okay.
stage, they're inverting the field.
Right, you beat me to it, Field.
Okay.
You beat
That's
me
what they're
to
doing.
it. I was just getting.
Well, that's an interesting way to do it.
Right.
Yep,
And so you saw Swamp Trinity there just pull off that stage, man. And
Yeah.
he's my pick to win actually tomorrow night too. But
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, he's awful impressive. I mean, he's got a really good car, a very strong car, especially in the long run there.
yeah, I fed him a setup and he tweaked on it a little bit. He's faster than I am.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's got a great long run car. But the reason I don't think, I mean, with starting in the back every time, it's going to be hard for us to catch that 48.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Especially if he's starting up front.
Yeah.
He's moving through the field now as he's right now.
Yeah.
He's under the 18 of Hickross, and you're right. I mean, he's got. Well, obviously, feeding him the setup help there. That I mean, he is really, really good, especially there in turn 3 and 4. He's getting through 3 and 4. Oh, and the 7's just spun around. THC in the 7
THC's
in turn
around.
2.
A little too high on the track.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little too high, and as we all know, and I was going to touch base on this here in a little bit, that here at Iowa, much like Richmond, like we were just saying there, Golf, the track design very similar to Richmond, and just like Richmond, you can break loose and get loose, and this thing can turn around on you, and that back end can swing around on you coming out of turn 2.
Oh,
and
absolutely. I was a track where you can run the bottom, and if you have a really good setup, you can run the top. But if you get in the middle, it's like a skating rink.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
middle's the bad part.
You come into the corner and you're in the middle, and you're on the throttle, you're probably going around, no matter how good your car is.
When I'm on the outside, I've got to keep my left side tires in that dark spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I get up above that, I'm going to go around.
Yep. Absolutely. It's very, very tricky. Like,
I don't know what
there's
Swamp
kind of
did
that
to
fine
his
line.
car, but he can run up high.
well, I noticed last night in the Xfinity race that if I were to enter the turn 1 low, if I entered turn 1 too low and I didn't get out of the throttle enough, early enough and long enough to roll that corner long enough before getting on the throttle, then yeah, that's as soon as I touch the throttle, even if I just touched it ever so lightly, it was coming around on me. So entering it also, and of course that's Xfinity car, so it's a little bit different, and everybody's setup is different. So, but that's with me going into turn 1 and getting loose off of 2 is if I was entered low is when I had that.
48 looks slow here. I don't know if he lost control or. But also on the
No,
48.
I think he had to avoid Hurricane.
All right, I didn't. Did the 48 look slow, or the 25 of Hurricane Hall just help him out a little bit? At Hurricane Hall and at 25, Looked like he was off the pace there for a moment or
He
two.
lost it coming out of the corner. 48 had to make a decent.
I want to give a shout out here to our newest FRR rookie, Danny MD, in this 96 car. I mean, he started on the front there at the second stage, and he's kind of pulled away from him. That's pretty impressive to see, given his first year in FRR.
Yeah, he's a. You want to hear? Here's an interesting thing. He's the only one in the league that runs an automatic transmission.
Hey,
I
we
heard that.
talked
I
this.
heard that
We
about
talked
him,
about
yeah.
this, and I don't know. I mean, everybody gets on to me because I drive the in-car camera, and I get it a lot. You know, how do I do it? How am I able to do it? Yada yada yada. But I mean, I have no clue how in the world he does the automatic transmission.
Well, you don't want to be behind him at Iowa on a restart because his restart is terrible.
But once he gets her wound up, it seems like that 96 really goes.
No, he does. He has a good car, and especially a good long run car.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm not so sure that Swamp. I think what Swamp is probably doing right now is he realizes that why does he got to drive the heck out of his car? They're just going to invert him again.
Right.
Right.
He's going to start in the same spot he did this time.
Right.
But it doesn't really matter until the last stage. So, you know. What the heck?
Exactly. They got to be thinking that strategy field. There's no doubt.
Because I guarantee you Swamp will run them guys down.
Yeah.
So, and if they're going to go last in the points, Muck is going to start up front every time then, right? Because
Yes, he is.
He just came back to the league, so he's probably the lowest in points or close to it.
No, Danny's the lowest. He's
Oh, Danny's the lowest, and then Mucka? Okay.
So Mucka will start on
because
the front row. Well, yeah, he'll be on the front row in the tomorrow night's race.
Gotcha.
But Mucka admittedly doesn't have that good of a car here.
Looks like we're going to see some pit stops here,
Yeah,
fellas.
here
We got
comes-
the two going in.
Yep, pit stops being made as Swerve in the 43 and Mucka in the 2 both coming in together at the same time as Hickross in the 18 is down and the 17 of Mac also is entering pit road.
Yeah, here goes Swamp 48's going in.
Yep.
No, Field, I look up to you as one with a very good pit road strategy. What's kind of your strategy for Iowa? Is it a pit early and get out and try to gain some spots in time, or
So for I'm glad you asked that because I don't know if I want to divulge the strategy.
Well, maybe I'm trying to.
Yes, I will.
See, Shady, I'm trying to squeeze a little information out of some of the best here.
I was just about to say, you know, a little inside info, a little put them on the spot here.
Right.
You have to think about what this race is about. There's no points. There's nothing except a little money, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to race this race totally
and pride,
different than I race
and
the other race.
and bragging rights.
Well,
Hey, bragging rights go somewhere in this league. I don't care who you are.
to me, the way I see it, this should be one of the most aggressive races that we have all year. Because you can't, I mean, if you get into, I guarantee you, if I have a chance to win, I'm knocking the person in front of me out of the way. That's what I'm going to do. I'll take that in front.
I'm with you there.
Yeah,
I mean,
now-
it's no different in NASCAR. It's just like the
It's-
commercial said, what would you do for $1 million? And Joey Logano
Exactly.
says, what wouldn't you do?
Exactly. And so my pit strategy here, though,
Wait a minute, there's $1 million on the line tomorrow?
no.
Yes. $1 million in Monopoly money.
Ah.
Yeah. As far as pit strategy goes, though, you got to watch what the other guys are doing. If you're up front and say the guy behind you pits, you better pit fairly quick.
I agree.
Because if you don't, you're not going to catch him. Now, you
Nope.
could catch him if it wasn't for traffic, but the traffic is, it's hard to pass here.
It is. Yep.
And so the traffic will hold you up, even though you're probably faster than them because you have fresh tires. But you don't lose any point. I mean, if a caution comes out when you pit, well, you don't lose any points. You might get lucky, get the lucky dog again, but it doesn't matter because you're going to revert back to the back wherever you were in your starting position on the next stage.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's just a whole different strategy for this race. And the way I see it, they're probably, I don't know what's going to happen mid-pack and back. It ought to be pretty clean, but to me, up front, yeah, it ought to be a war.
Yeah. Well, that's going to make it fun for the viewers.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be a lot of action tomorrow night for sure.
If I get behind that 48 car, who I believe is a favorite to win tomorrow night, just because I know he's faster than me on a long run, if I can get to him and give him the little bumper, I'm going to give it to him.
And you guys are teammates, right?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
So that's with a teammate.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
if you're not my teammate, you ain't got a chance.
There's no friends at the All-Star race, fellas.
For the All-Star race.
It's all no holds barred. Everybody wants the
I wonder
trophy
how
and the cash.
All right, so that's what I have to ask. How much is the purse for tomorrow night?
Oh, I don't know. I actually don't know.
You know what? I don't either.
Well, we'll find out in the pre-race report.
I think they're paying first, second, and third. But
Yeah, you'll have to ask True and Mucka tomorrow in your pre-race special. They'll be able to tell you.
I will. So you guys got to tune in tomorrow night for the pre-race report to find out the purse for tomorrow night and how much the winner is going to take home for the All-Star win tomorrow night.
I think last year's All-Star race I finished third, and I think I got $10 for third.
Hey man, beer money.
So it might be like 50, 25, and 10 or somewhere in there.
That could be. Yep.
There you go. Hey.
Well, I can tell you, you could win $1 to win this race, and we're gonna go at each other for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you got that right. And we've seen it all season long too.
It's one race though that if I'm not running good or I'm in the back or whatever happens to me, at least I'm not going to be upset about it.
Well, guess what, guys?
Right,
this is the last lap of stage 1, and True Death, your leader, getting ready to now cross the line and take stage 2. So your winner is True Death. Oh no! I'm sorry. He gave it to Mucka. He slowed it down and allowed Mucka to come around, and the 2 car has now just taken stage 2. So
Mucka got stage 2 there. What happened? So this is interesting then, because the 96 pitted 2 or 3 laps after those guys, and I'm thinking that cost him.
Well, let me give you the rundown of the of these guys. His first place is Mucka in the 2. Second place is True Death in the 3. Swerve finishes 3rd. Danny MD 4th this time. So good run, Danny MD. Bad Martin in 5th. Swamp is 6th. Hicross is 7th. Racer Rick 8th. Hurricane Hall 9th. King G 10th. Mac in 11th. And THC rounds out top 12.
I need to tell Pittman, sorry man, I said I'd be back, but I didn't come back.
So here we go.
That's all right. We're having more fun with you in the booth field. Why don't you just stick around with us?
All right. So here we go.
They got to work on inverting the field again.
Yeah. Yep. So we take the pace lap and invert the field. So musical cars.
Well, and another thing to think of, fellas, is depending on how the cautions fall tomorrow night, there's going to be a lot of people doing risky stuff on their pit strategy. Whether it's no tires, 2 tires. You're going to see a lot of different strategies trying to take home that money. So I think it just add to the excitement.
So, yeah, I tried. I did the 2. I never do 2 tires, but I tried that last night.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, 2 tires. I can tell you, you're a full second slower than 4 tires.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
So. You've got to keep in mind how many laps.
Yep.
When So if you're not up front, 2 tires ain't gonna help.
Right, look at these guys
You
go
gotta be
3
towards
wide
the
in the back here.
Yeah.
Trinity, Racer Rick, and Bad Martin going 3 wide into turn 1. And you said guys going to get aggressive. The guys are starting to push it now that we're in stage 3.
This is
And Trinity now underneath the Hickross, as he might make it 3 wide here again, as Mac and King G are both in front of him, and this low line really working and trucking along, as Mac was caught on the high side with Hickross, and King G and the Swamp were able to blow right by him on the bottom side.
And we just got Mucka going by the 96 for a lead. Now the 96 is doing the crossover and might get back by him here.
And Swerve right there behind him, wondering which eeny, meeny, miny, mo, who do you go?
Oh no! Oh, that was close. Whoa.
Whoa.
See, Swerve is able to run that top line. He gets a heck of a run down the straightaway.
Yeah, he can. Well, he can do it for a few laps.
Yeah.
After that, it's gone.
And it depends because, and I think in turn 1, that's where you can do it. If you're going to run a little top line, that's where you're going to be able to do is turn 1. Yesterday in the Xfinity, or I'm sorry, not in the Xfinity race, but it was a truck race here, the FRR trucks. When we were in the truck race last night, BWK, Terror, he was doing very good in the top groove in 1 and 2. Very good. I couldn't get around him. I burned up all my stuff trying to get around him in turn 1 or through. I was just anywhere I could try to get around him, but in turn 1 and turn 2 especially, he would leave the bottom open where I was really, that's where I was the best, my truck was the best at, was in turn 1 and turn 2. And he would give me the bottom, I would take it, I would go, and each time coming off of that corner, he would have just that momentum and take it right down the backstretch and clear me before we got in turn 3 every single time.
Yeah, they get a heck of a run on the high side. When I've tried the high side, I have to go so slow, I don't get a run at all.
We got Mucka stretching it out here a little bit.
Well, I'm telling you, that 48 car, if he can get by the 43, this is a long stage. If this is stage 3, this is
how many laps is stage 3 field?
It's 2 pit stops. I know that.
It is 2 pit stops.
Yeah.
I'll get a lap. I'll get
71 or 74 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll get a laps to go here in just a second and let us know how many laps we have left. We have, looks like 56 laps to go right now in this All-Star Open Special.
Yeah, it looks like
the 48 has got such a good long run car, and so does that Toyota Danny MD in the 96. Those two got good long run cars. So I expect before this is.
And these front 4 have kind of separated themselves, and that's what they're looking for, I'm sure. I mean, if they can get out front and stay clear of traffic, they just got that. They can race each other for the top 2 spots, right? The top 2 spots and then the fastest lap field. Is that what they're doing?
That's correct. Yes.
No.
And you have to be on the lead lap. That's
for your lap to count.
Yeah. You got to finish the race on the lead lap for the fast lap to count. So you can't
that makes sense.
Hot laps. Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
All right, so let's
but
get
I'm
back
pretty sure
up
that
here.
48 car, he's just taking his time.
Yeah. Saving his
Mucka's
tires a little
backing up
bit.
to the field.
Yep. I think you're right, as he's right up here in 4th, right behind Swerve, as now we're kind of seeing the class of the field up here. These 4 guys, Mucka, Danny MD, Swerve, and Trinity, your top 4, kind of starting to separate now a little bit from King G in 5th and Racer Rick in 6th, as those guys trying to team up as well as they can to try to run these top 4 down. So they're kind of there, but a little still fading a little back around here on the front stretch and going into turn 1. Here comes Trinity underneath of Swerve. Swerve, give him that bottom, and Swerve gets a little high that time and makes a little contact, I think, with that wall and down the backstretch coming off of turn 2. Here comes Swerve, gives him a little bit of a kiss in the rear quarter panel there in the fender. Just kind of give him that kiss, let him know he's there.
I guarantee you, right now in the lead is the Ryan Newman of the FRR lead.
So what you're saying is Muck is going to make that car real wide when it comes down to the last few laps.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Of course, I'm rooting for Mucka and Mach 1 Mac. They're my teammates. I've kind of been watching the 17 a little bit here too, and he's back with True Death. I am surprised to see True Death that far back.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him show any real muscle in previous races. Okay, Swamp's making his next move. 48 car is work by once he gets past
Ooh, little
96.
contact there with a 96. Yeah. Oh yeah, he easily got by him there. Well, we'll see how fast he runs the 2 down here.
If he can run the 2
it's
down.
hard. Right when you first pass him, you got to try to protect. So
Yeah.
So you can get away with it. Oh, we're looking at Squirtle get over there.
Yeah. 96 got in the wall.
Spicy, because here comes King. 41 got a long run car.
Yeah, he kind of came out of nowhere.
He's a dark guy. I didn't see this coming.
That Racer Rick coming through there.
Right. 48's got a little distance on the 43 now.
Now, you know, this totally could come down to pit strategy. You know, like we said, I think Field's right. I think first one to pit road has the advantage.
Yeah, well,
If it
just
stays
all
green.
depends on
If it stays
what
green.
kind of traffic. Oh, look, Swamp. He's
Ooh,
Swamp and Swerve both.
Yeah.
43, 48, making them pit now. That's a good move.
that's a good move. That could pay huge dividends for the 48 there, because he might come out in front of the 2 after pit stop cycle through. We got the 34 Racer Rick here under the 41. The 41 slowing? Everybody just went by the 41. Something must have happened.
Okay,
Got the
48's coming out of the pits. He's
Yeah, we got the
gonna beat
two, the
43 out.
ones, 2's on pit road. So we'll see where that cycles through here.
This ought to cycle, well, when the pit stops are done, as long as there's no caution, this ought to cycle the 48 to the lead. I guarantee you there's no two tire strategy in the third stage.
Yeah, not on not on green flags, no.
Now you can do the 2 tire in the first 2 stages, if you run late in the run.
Look at the gap the 48 pulled on the 2 here with just pitting that lap earlier than he did. That's a huge gap.
Yep.
Wow.
Now, here's the deal. Mucka's got better tires, but I believe the 48's got the better car. So I don't think he pitted the next lap, I believe. So
I think he did.
He
Yeah.
should only have 1 lap fresh of tires. But to be sure to transfer, though, he's got to get up to the second spot.
Yeah. Really, the first place is irrelevant. It's the second. That's the golden ticket. First and second pay the same tonight. and the 43 definitely had the strategy there, but see if Mucka can reel him in.
Mucka is definitely showing more strength than he did throughout any of the practice races, which is probably, that's not really uncommon.
Right. I think he's very good at working on his car during the race and making it better.
Well, I think he's very lucky that he gets to start on the front row.
Well, it never hurts, does it, Field?
Right, I mean...
It never hurts to start out
just
front.
fall in your lap, right? You know?
That just kind of worked. That just kind of worked out. Yeah, for sure.
I don't really see two-car making any heavy gains.
Mm-mm.
48's maintaining on the 43, and I believe let's see what else is happening here.
So you got the 41 and the 25 are going at it.
Boy, the poor 96. I don't know what happened to him, but he...
I don't either. I don't know. I didn't see where he pitted. But man, he's got such a strong car, but the time and distance at this point, even with one pit to go, unless there's a caution, that's a lot of time to make up.
If there's a caution, this is going to be something else. Still with us, Shady? Did we lose Shady?
I don't know. Did we?
I haven't heard him for a while.
Maybe he had to take a break quick. I haven't heard him either, I guess. I mean, they're so spread out at this point. I don't see anything changing unless there's a caution, or someone gets, someone speeds on pit road or something like that. That's what it would take to.
Right.
Mucka seems to be kind of.
It looks like he's reeling in
Just a tad, maybe, yeah. I wonder if the 96 didn't have a pit road issue.
Probably put him a lap down. Because that would be basically a 30-second pit stop.
Right.
Shady, where are you at?
I don't know. Let me, I'm gonna look on my phone to make sure he's still in the party.
That's a good idea. I can do that because I'm watching this on my... I'm actually... Yeah, he's in.
At this point, I'm kind of hoping for a caution field. I want a little drama at the end of this.
Yeah, I guarantee you that the 48 and the 43 don't want to see nothing like that.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, they're happy with the way things are going. But I think Mucka is reeling him in just ever so slightly.
I mean, he's not losing ground, that's for sure.
And, the two,
And actually,
being a seasoned veteran, the 43 might start seeing the two in his mirror, and you know how easy it is. You start mirror driving to make a mistake, and it don't take much, and all of a sudden they're on your back bumper.
that's the way to intimidate him.
Yeah.
Well, being Shady ain't here, you gonna interview the winner? You interview him?
Well, I definitely will if he
Right.
if he don't come back. I hope we didn't scare him away.
Maybe we talked too much. You couldn't get worried.
That could be too.
Well, this is pretty eventful free so far. Everybody's pretty spread out. I don't see anybody racing anybody yet right now.
And what's the caution rule? Is it 2 cars and 1 spinning?
No, I think we clarified that finally.
Okay.
If one, let's just say, I go underneath you in a corner and I knock you up into the wall,
Yeah.
and you wreck,
Yeah.
but I keep going, that's a caution.
That's a caution.
Right. But if
Okay.
you just spin out on your own,
No caution.
that's not a caution.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right. So that's where, because we were having a discrepancy with that, where they said, it has to be 2 cars spinning. Well, we fixed that because
Right.
I gave the example. I said, look, I can just go slam somebody in the wall. I can keep going. I mean, that's not fair.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a good rule. I don't know what lap. Yeah, I see the 43 and the 48 are in again first. Mucka's still out on the track, which I think is gonna hurt him.
Well, this depends. Oh boy, the 43 is right on the 48 in pit road. So here's the deal. Because they don't appear to be in a lot of traffic right now, because everybody's kind of running by themselves.
Yeah.
If Mucka would stay out maybe 5 laps, his car may be quick enough to run him down.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what kind of gap they have once. Oh, here comes the 2. The 2's coming on pit road now.
Yeah. Okay.
So he stayed out 2 laps longer than the 48.
Was it 2? Okay.
I think it was 2.
I'm gonna get on Mucka right now. What's the stream stuck on? What's it? Is it switching?
King G. The stream's on King G.
Has it just been on him all this time?
I think so.
Or has he been switching it? Because if he hasn't been switching around, then it's I'm with
Because
you.
I'm watching the stream and I'm watching on the
Right.
PlayStation.
Yeah, me too. Oh, Mucka must have got a speeding ticket.
I think
That
he
seems
did. He's
like
still
a
on pit
long
road.
Pit stop.
Yeah, he's just leaving
No, he
pit
didn't.
road now.
He came out. No, he didn't.
Okay.
He come out right behind him. Okay, so they're about the same.
He's about.
It's about the same, but he's got a couple cars in between them. Which is not going to play well. But if he stayed out 2 laps longer, 2-lap fresher tires might pay off.
They might pay off if he can get around this traffic quick. He's got about the 48's got about a straightaway on him.
Because if they had 71 laps, I think is what they had here, so you'd have to run 22, 23 laps. Maybe 24. So they would have to run pretty deep into the run. So I'm going to guess right now, means that was their second pit stop, that we are at about probably close to 20 to go as we stand.
I think at this point, Mucka's got to hope the 43 makes a mistake. I think there's just too much track there.
Now, I'm going to assume that the 19 is third. Seventeen's just now coming out of pit. Boy, he ran long.
Yeah, I wish PlayStation would have it where you could see what place everyone was in. Makes it difficult. Yeah, it sure would be.
I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with that 43 car. Swerve has done an excellent job this race. I actually, I didn't think he was going to be that close to 48 units. Uh-oh.
What?
Well, now the 96 is up here. He just came out of the pit. But I almost think he's got to be a lap down.
He's probably a lap down, I'm thinking.
Yeah. But that's another car that the 2 car would have to deal with. Plus, if the 96 is a lap down, the 43 needs to let the 96 go. And follow him around the 48. That's what he needs to do.
What? I'm up.
Shady! Shady, we thought you had a frickin' stroke. Are you back? Where's the real Slim Shady?
There we are. Has some technical difficulties. Has some technical difficulties here. Alright.
We got the 48 and the 43 running 1-2. And Mucka is in third, trying to chase down.
Oh, the 96 is bumping on the 43.
Yep. And Danny MP and that 96 putting a lot of pressure on 43.
Are you able to check what position he is in? Because I think he's a lap down.
Wait a second here.
If I was at 43, I'd be letting the 96 just go.
Well, that's the smart thing to do. But if he's not a lap down, you can't let it go. But
right? Yeah, we don't know. I'm just assuming because I don't know how the 96 would have come out and gained that much position.
Yeah.
Unless he totally took 2 tires.
Well, he wouldn't be gaining on them like this if he did. You're a whole second slower on 2 tires.
There you go. The 96 just got around the 43. And Mucka has really closed the gap on the 43 at this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Blood's in the water.
That's
he can taste it now.
I wouldn't want to be the 19 car right
now. he can see the light.
Here goes bump.
Yep.
There
that 19's holding him up too.
As I'm trying to. That's the other thing. I gotta. Usually during the races, the guys do such a good job on their screens as putting the leaderboard up, so I have a leaderboard to see.
There goes the 2. He got by the 19.
Yep. And I think the 19 was like, hey, yeah, there's no way I'm just holding him up.
Okay, this is where the 48 has got to let this 96 car go. If he's a lap down. But the way they're fighting, you would think he's on the lead lap.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to find out here.
Does Mucka have enough tire to get to the bumper of the 43? Blood's in the water. He can taste it at this point. He can see that spot right there.
Coming around the stripe this time, we have 6 laps to go.
Oh, he's closing, guys. He's closing.
I think this is 1-2, guys. I think Danny MD is in second place here.
Really?
I don't even know how that's possible.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know how that's possible.
Oh, he might not be. But yeah, I'm trying to see.
But I believe that if he was a lap down, that the 48 would have let him go.
Wow, the 2 really gained on the 43 there, fellas. He's like within a car length.
Yeah, he is.
And I don't, you know,
Oh, you know what though? I just got
Mucka
to
can
thinking.
see that.
Yeah, the 96. Even if the 96 is on the lead lap, he doesn't really have any reason to fight. I mean, if they're not catching him from behind, all he's got to do is finish in that position, and he moves on.
I don't think Muck could be driving this hard if he didn't think he had a shot here. He's down underneath him. 43's up high.
Oh, we got a car
Okay.
upside down. The 17 upside down
Oh no, really?
in the front stretch. And that is
Wow.
Mac in the 17 in the grass, coming through the grass now with heavy damage to the front end. As the 43 and the 2 going out as the 2 of Mucka completes the pass on the 43.
Look at Mucka protecting that bottom line there.
Yep, and here comes the 43 trying to make that crossover move work.
How many laps to go, Shady? Can you tell?
I'm gonna
He
find
said it
out.
was 6 a while ago. It's probably about
6.
3 now.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out here in about 3 seconds. We have 1 to go. This is the last lap.
This is it.
White flag
Wow,
out.
the 2
1
got
lap
around
to
the
go
43.
for the 48.
Oh, he ran out of gas. The 43 ran out of gas. Wow.
And the 48.
What a race.
The 48
What a
comes
race.
home your winner.
Wow.
Trinity in the 48, your winner. Mucka in second. Swerve in third. Bad Martin fourth. Hurricane Hole in fifth. Racer Rick sixth. Hickross in seventh. King G eighth. Danny MG ninth. And THC rounds out the top 10.
Well, we were right. I mean, we were right there. I mean, he was a lap down. I just
He was. Okay.
I figured so.
What
a
I
job
don't
by the 2
understand
car.
why did the 43 fight him so much when he was a lap down. It makes no sense to me. He could have followed him right up through to the 48 if he'd
I
have let
agree.
it go earlier. Yeah.
Well, and I think that's kind of what I was talking about before, is just the 43 not being the seasoned veteran that.
Well,
You know,
we
like a
can get to
Mucka.
ask him because the 43 is Swerve, finished third. So we're going to bring him on up to the booth, and you guys can ask him.
Well,
I
it'll be
thought
the
it was,
fastest lap.
First, second, and fastest
Fastest
lap.
lap.
Are the ones that
Oh,
move
that's
on.
right. That's right. That's right.
Yep.
Dadgummit. But I'm still going to bring him up
Okay.
for podium. And the fastest lap. So, can you guys give a message and who?
I
Can you
can't tell
say-
because people are backing out.
Trinity is the fastest lap.
So it'd go to the second fastest lap then, which would be Bad Martin. Right?
Looks like it. Yeah. Bad
So
Martin.
it would go Trinity, Mucka, and then Bad Martin.
Yep. So Trinity. Okay. So let Trinity, Mucka, Swerve, and Bad Martin know, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4
Okay.
our finishers, and that we're gonna bring on up into the booth
All
here.
right. I'll go into that party.
Okay. Give me 1 second, and if you guys have them on your list real
Yeah,
quick.
I'll go into that party and tell them to come in.
Yeah, I gotta send them invites. They need to get an invite. So if you have them field real quick, if you can send them a couple invites while I
Who am I
try
inviting?
I need
Bad Martin and Trinity.
I need Trinity, Swerve, and Bad Martin.
It's Mucka, Swerve. I'm at Mucka, Trinity, and Bad Martin.
Yep. And Swerve finished third, so we got the podium. So we do want to bring him up as
Oh,
well.
yeah, that's true too. I figured. Yeah, that's true too. Let me turn this down so that echo. Let me
Give
go
a
in.
second
He's in
here.
RCR, so hold.
Alright. Now we're gonna start with the 19 first. There's Bad Martin requests. Yeah, because they can request to come on up, so they can just send me the request and I'll send the invite so they can come on up. As we're gonna start with Bad Martin. There is Trinity requesting, so let me get him situated. Send invite to him. There we go.
There he is, the man of the hour.
Bad Martin. And give me a second as make sure we get all guys up in here. The 4 guys, the top 3. So there's Trinity.
I couldn't get
And
Swerve. Swerve was already gone. I'm not sure he was real happy or something.
He's upset.
Yeah.
Okay, so is Swerve not going to join us this evening?
I'll send him another invite, but I
him.
don't expect him to show up.
Okay, well, if you could, thank you for sending him an invite, and you can go ahead and while you're doing that, and we'll give him some time. But as we're waiting on that, we are going to spotlight here the number 19, and that is Bad Martin in the 19 has made the show for tomorrow night. Congratulations, bro. Well, I mean, give it to me.
There he is. Swerve's in here now. Okay, good.
So, kind of go over with it as far as the strategy on pulling it off. So you are now in the show for tomorrow. So give it to us. How did this happen?
Perfect strategy. Yep. That's a heck of a risk, but that's a good strategy.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Bad Martin, MN Golf Pro here. That's the first thing I wanted to ask you is, was that your thought process and strategy that, hey, I'm not running up front, I'm going to try and get a fast lap there to make the race tomorrow. So, and you said that's what you were thinking. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, hey, it paid off for you, man. Congratulations.
It certainly did. Finishing 4th here at Iowa tonight, and getting that fastest lap. So that earns you that earns your ticket to the dance tomorrow for the All-Star race, man. Congratulations, man. We're gonna see you tomorrow night.
Yeah. I think 87 or 88.
Right. Well, yeah, maybe being either one, so yeah, it's
They're
second
saying
fastest. So
they're saying they can't hear Bad Martin on the broadcast.
Okay, so Bad Martin, you're gonna have to share your voice.
You have to go to your party audio settings and fix that. Yep.
All right, so go ahead and do it real quick. Were you able to do it?
Yeah, there it is. Sorry, I had it turned off. I forgot. I never get up here. So yeah, it was just a long. I pitted late in that second stage run to get a fuel run. That's what got me the fastest lap to qualify in. So.
All right, so, well, I mean, real quick with it, and may answer the question that did you think that you had a car good enough to get in to get into the All-Star race as far as finishing, or did you kind of realize that some of that Trinity and excuse me, that Trinity and Mucka were had a pretty good hot rods themselves, to where you did. That's where you thought your best shot was as far as the trying to get the fastest lap there.
Yeah, well, it plays out however you start there on that each stage. It's whether you get a good run and pass a couple cars, or you're stuck back there and got to pass them one at a time. So that's what kind of played that out. I was like, let me try to get my fast lap here in the end of stage 2 to get rolling with it, because like I knew Trinity was fast and Hill was fast, but I don't know what he must did some adjustments where his car wasn't as fast tonight. He was kind of having some trouble, and then Mucka kind of snuck in there.
Mucka did sneak in there. I have a question for you, man.
Yeah.
So, were you on the lead lap there at the end when Mucka was behind you?
Yes.
I said I would not want to be that 19 car.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I pitted one lap before him, and we were kind of even, but when he had one lap fresh tires, it wasn't easy fighting him. So once he got there, I don't like to block once
well,
they're there.
And I think Mucka could see the 43 where he was looking right through your car, buddy.
Yeah. I was watching them too, because the lap car was trying to get his lap back, which Swerve should just let him go a little bit instead of trying to block you.
Yeah. Yeah, good race, man. Good strategy.
Thanks.
Yep. Congratulations.
That strategy never pays off for me, but I'm glad it
When
pays for you.
Mucka come up on me, I got out the way. I went ahead and moved the high line.
All right, who we got next, Shady?
Let's talk to Swerve. Yeah, what the heck?
Swerve.
Did we lose Shady again?
Yes, sir.
We might have. Swerve, kind of explain to us kind of how your race went. I mean, we watched you. I mean, very impressive. Field and I had said it more than once. It was impressive to see how fast you were, how consistent you were running up there with the 48. Kind of explain how your night went.
It was going really how I thought it would, but I just said the first 2 stages I was kind of just being easy on it, making sure I didn't get loose on the long run, and I noticed that my car had plenty of tire left. So last stage I wasn't after that last pit stop I was flat-footing it out of the corners like the whole time, just pretty much because that's the only way I could keep up with the 48. It's really fast. But I think on the long run, I was getting to him, and then the 96 came up on me, and he was a lap down. But I was trying to fight for a win, but there ain't much I can do when he's got fresh tires, just pitted, and he's a lap down. But it cost me about 8 car lengths, and then.
Swerve, I had a criticism for you during that race for what was happening there. I thought he was a lap down, and he come out with fresh tires.
He was.
And I thought, why is he holding the 96 up? Let him go. Follow him to the 48. That was the move that you should have made it immediately.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but at the same time, I just got within 2 car lengths of the 48. I really didn't have to follow him too much. I was there. Like, I was slowly catching him. I had plenty of laps left, and then I just felt like I didn't really need to yield to a lap car. I felt like maybe he'd go around on the high side since he had the fresh tires. He could have easily went on around, let me run my line, But it's okay though. I ain't worried about it. It's just an all-star race. I was having fun. I'm thankful to be here.
Yeah,
it was a good race.
Well, it was fun watching you race up there.
Oh, one more thing. When Mucka came up on me, when he came up to me, I knew the business. I went ahead and hit the high line. I knew it was coming down to the last lap, so I moved up, let him go under it. I'd rather be the hunter instead of the hunted on that end. It's a good race, so it's fun.
Yeah, I seen on that last lap. I don't know. When you seen the 2 in your mirror, did you just immediately go to the fetal position, or did you get loose?
Once 96 kind of once I lost all hope once I got that far back, and I seen him. I wasn't gonna hold him up. Like I know I've been flat-footing it this whole last run, and I knew that I didn't want to get bumped by him, so I went ahead and moved up and tried to get the run up and bump him is what I was gonna try to do.
Gotcha.
And I just never could quite get there.
Well, good race tonight. It was fun watching you.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Let's move on to second place, Mr. I guess Shady. Are you not here yet? We lost Shady for quite a while there in the race. So we don't know what happened to him.
I don't know. Yeah, he's having technical difficulties or something.
So Mucka, where in the world did you come from? You didn't show none
Unbelievable.
of that in practice.
Well, I tell you what, that Auto Trader 2 was fast tonight. Those Mustangs had some horses under the hood, and
Sure
I gotta give a big shout out to my buddy Golf there, helping me out before the race. I was kind of poking around in the Penske garage looking for some advice, and Golf stepped up and said, "Hey, try this," and man, that turned a bus into a rocket ship. I tell you that.
Holy cow!
That car was
Boy, it was fun watching that last stage. You just were coming.
Oh, it was fast as hell. It handled great. I don't think I had enough to get that 48, but I knew I was going to catch that 34. It was just a matter of time. And when he was fighting with that lap car, it couldn't get any better for me because all it was doing was slowing him down.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, the 19 was just a roadblock at that point. You know what I mean? So
right.
If I caught him, I was going to. No, I was gonna make a point.
Well, I saw your first attempt at it.
Go ahead, say it out loud so I have that for a backup.
I was gonna let you know I'm there. Let me go.
I raced with you long enough, and I knew you had fresher tires. I wasn't even gonna waste your time.
I knew better, boss.
Yeah.
Well, what I told Field on the broadcast, I said, "Uh-oh, that too can smell the blood in the water. This is trouble."
Oh yeah, yep. It's I really wanted to get into this all-star race. Just coming back after taking my, sector. I retired, so call me Tom Brady, call me Brett Favre, whatever you want to do. But I came out of retirement.
Well, I'll tell you what. That makes you a threat for tomorrow night's race because you get to start on the front row after every stage, and you got a good car.
Yes, sir.
So
Absolutely.
That's going to be a challenge. Yep.
So I thought at one point there was too much of a gap there, but then once the 43 and 96 were kind of messing around, it brought you a little closer, and I knew. And I was telling Field, I go, Muck is close enough now where he's just going to will his car right to the back bumper at 43.
No, I wasn't letting up, pedal to the rug. I mean, I was dirt tracking that thing coming out of every turn. I was going to I was going to get that second place or blow those tires up. One
That's
or the
right,
other. But again, shout out to my buddy Golf there and Team Penske. He really hooked me up tonight.
You bet. Go Team Penske. Super proud of you, man. Congratulations. I'm so glad you're in the race tomorrow, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it'll be a blast.
I'm not as glad that he's in the race. I just want to say
Go Penske.
So anyway, good job, Mecca. Sadie, you back yet? I guess that's a no. So
yeah, I think we lost
Shady.
I've been back.
Oh, there he is.
He was sleeping.
See, this thing keeps going in and out. I don't know. I'm gonna have to switch over to my other headset for tomorrow night. But go ahead. You guys been doing great. Keep going.
I think we're ready to move on to the winner.
Yep.
Which is no surprise to me, by the way. I picked him to win. I actually picked him to win tomorrow night too. So.
Well, before we get too crazy here, I just want to make sure that car passed post-race inspection.
Post-race inspection.
I think it was too
that
low
thing
when I was
was a
following
rocket ship.
It was too low. Right eyes was too low. I see sparks from when I was behind it.
Yeah. So, Swamp, tell us a little bit about how your race went and your strategy and what you were thinking about and how you felt about leading most all that race.
Well, that was actually not the car that I was going to run tonight because I spent so much time prepping a heat race car with the 25%ers. I got that sucker dialed in. It was so much quicker, and I had to just make a small adjustment for a third stage for that one long green flag ring if we would have went there. So I ended up at the last second whenever they mixed it to the 50%. It changed it up. I was like, oh shit! So I basically brought the All-Star car if I would have raced my way in, which like, you have faith in me. Like I said, I knew the car was capable. I just was like, oh God, don't put the pressure on me, Phil. I was like, oh God. But I ended up bringing the All-Star car the last second. I meant to make a small minor tweak to it. And I basically ran it with no adjustments. Stage one, I knew exactly what I had. I mean, I basically didn't even change the left side tires that I fired in the first stage. I just basically put two tires, those two manuals, and ran the lefts like it was. Stage two, I had a hiccup with Hurricane. Whenever he almost lost it, I got in the back of him.
Yep,
we did see that.
It killed my nose, and it just made me so tight I couldn't make up any ground. So I just kind of rolled around where I was. Stage three, I was like, okay, well, this is it. This is about to unleash everything that this car has. And I just did that. I went to the high side. I picked up a couple spots there. I stayed low, worked my way up. And when I got to the front, after that first set of pit stops, when I took the lead, I just kind of put it on cruise control. I just ran my pace, hit my marks. I didn't push the car. I just started kind of, in a sense, looking more out the windshield and more at the interval. I just maintained my racing the track and the interval that I've seen. And after that last pit stop, I actually literally just kind of backed it down a little bit. I just took it a little easy. I just took, again, the pace to push just hit my marks. And that's probably why Swerve was a little than usual. I was just kind of managing that gap. Then whenever I heard something that was going on with him, I was like, well, okay, he said something about a lap car. I'm like, I don't see no damn lap car on the track. But it was the 96 coming from behind. Yep. And I was like, oh, crap. I was like, God dog it. I don't want that 96 to catch me. So whenever he got past Swerve and he was coming in my rear view, I said, well, let me pick it up a little bit. So I managed to put a little more throttle down and managed to keep that 96 behind me on fresh tires. So that just gives a testament to how good that car was. And
well, I gotta hand it to you, Swamp. You looked like the four out there tonight. I mean, you just dominated most of the race. I mean, we did see in the second stage there where you kind of got back in traffic and maybe it was around the 25. But what a dominating performance! Congratulations.
Well, hats off to Hurricane and Phil. They was the collaborators on the majority of this car, and they gave me a lot of what I needed, and I just drove it. And I just made the minor adjustments for it to work on the high side if I needed it, and just a little bit more grip if I needed it. I put a little bit of adjustability into it. But other than that, 95% of that car is Hurricane and Phil, and testament to them. And I'm so glad to be a part of Team Hendrick.
Awesome. Shady,
you got anything?
I've just been waiting for you guys to finish it on up here and bring in this winner, and that is
oh, we lost him again.
Did we lose him again?
Clearly he's having some difficulties.
Yep. Go ahead and finish it up, Field.
So, everybody needs to tune in tomorrow night because I guarantee you tomorrow night is probably going to be the most exciting race of the year so far because there is nothing that anybody, I mean, I'm not trying to get a good finish. Nobody's trying, all we want to do is win. That's it.
Yep.
Second is no
checkers
good.
or records tomorrow.
That's right. So.
I got one more thing to say. Based on the format, Mucka starts first because of the fastest lap. Or wait, I'm starting somewhere in the top 3, ain't I?
You would be starting third.
Yeah.
Or I believe. Oh no, you'd be starting. I'd have to get back to you, but you are in the top 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, you won't
that's
be.
pretty good.
You'll be probably pretty close to where you were tonight. Yeah, Mucko will be on the front row. Uh,
Well, tonight I've been coming back from 10th. I started at 10th all race long, so.
and yeah, if and actually depends on.
The order will be the fastest lap starts first, and then it'll be the heat race winner first and second place. So you'd be starting second, I would be starting third, 9mm fourth, Death fifth, Pittman sixth, Mini Golf seventh, Staggering eighth, Perky ninth, Shovel at 10th, KB 11th, Flash 12th, Field 13th, Fire 14th, Typical 15th. That is the regular.
Well, it's going to be one heck of a show tomorrow night. I guarantee you that.
Yep, that's right. It's you want to. I mean, there's going to be a lot of passing, a lot of beating, a lot of banging.
Yep, it's going to be fun.
I mean, and people are going to be practicing during the first two stages on how to pass people and get around them quick. Third stage, the hammer is coming. The third stage, we're going to have how many cars are in the race?
15.
We're going to have 15 muckas on the track. That's what
Awesome stuff.
So that ought to be a good race.
Mm-hmm.
So I would advise everybody to tune in tomorrow night, 8:45 Eastern. Well, or whatever time Shady starts the broadcast.
Yeah, I think Shady said she's going to have a pre-race special tomorrow with Mucka and True to talk to them more about FRR and about the All-Star race in general.
But thanks, guys, for stepping in tonight and broadcasting. We appreciate it.
Oh, it was a blast. I had a blast. Thanks, Field, for jumping in with me. And Shady, I appreciate you letting us come up in your booth and eat the shrimp cocktail.
There's a lot of buttons in here.
Right, yeah. I can see why he likes doing these broadcasts. You know, the servers are coming in with all the free drinks. It's great.
Yeah. But I'll catch you guys tomorrow night.
All right. Shady, sign us off.
If I can get on, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
I got you.
Yeah, hear you.
Right. Here's this thing, I had plugged in my my other headset, so now I can, thanks you guys for picking it up for me. Really appreciate you guys and coming on up here. Mini Golf, thank you. Field Filler, thank you as well for you guys coming on up here tonight and bailing me out, basically.
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
So I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night in the All-Star race here at Iowa. I want to say congratulations to Trinity in that 48, getting the win tonight in the All-Star Open, and all these guys a few of these guys sealing their spots in, Mucka and Trinity, and also Bad Martin, and getting all
The fast lap.
getting a ticket to the dance tomorrow night. So tune in tomorrow night. Like I said, the pre-race report special will be up and running at 8:15 tomorrow night. Like I said, we will have Mucka and True Death joining me and being Izzy tomorrow night and talking about some things with the league. It's got a couple of things that rule changes as far as the cautions, and talk about that and a few other things. So everybody will be up to speed as we go into the All-Star race tomorrow night. Also want to say thank you to all you fans out there, all the guys watching. Like I say it every week, but we are nothing without you guys tuning in and supporting us and enjoying watching these broadcasts. So thank you all. Of course, make sure you like and subscribe, that little bell thingy, and that way you can get the notifications every Sunday night when we go live. And tune on in and sit back and relax and watch the best racing on best custom series racing on Heat 5, in my opinion, is here at FRR Cup. Congratulations to Trinity winning the Saturday night All-Star Special, All-Star Open Special I'm going to let everybody go now. Thank you guys once again. And we will see everybody tomorrow night for the pre-race report, followed right after with the race immediately after. We will see everybody tomorrow night. Thank you all again. We will see you later.